Now, everyone's aware that Southampton are well and truly in the mud. Rock bottom of the Premier League with only 9 points, they're on course for a record low. Today we attempt to save them using the majestic Hoofball. And you won't believe what's to come as we turn a wide target forward into one of the most lethal players in the game. Right then, Southampton really struggling. Here's the Premier League table. This is an updated database, so we take over after 24 matches. So it's slightly behind a couple of fixtures, but we've got the real fixtures as well. It doesn't make pretty reading, does it? Look at the state of that season. So we're about to take over here at this Bournemouth game, 17th of Feb. So as of time of recording on the 27th, we're slightly behind the 2 matches against Bournemouth and Brighton, but we've got this amount of matches to attempt to save them. Now, to do this, we're going to take a different brand of football from what they're used to. They're used to the patient, slow passing play of Russell Martin, which didn't turn out well for him, but we're going to completely turn that on its head using Hoofball. Now, you may have seen a longer video on the channel all about long ball football that we just played, and we're going to use that tactic today with a couple of tweaks specifically for Southampton. So that is the Willem Hoofball tactic, which I used to good success in the Netherlands. We won the trophy, we were a constant threat, and the big teams didn't like playing against us. You'll notice there's a target forward as the main focal point, but there's also another one out wide. So they're going to link up together. Pressing forward's going to drop off a little bit to fill in these gaps, and then you've got a double volante to back up the attacks. And obviously the main thing that stands out is the much more direct passing. When we get it, we launch it forward. But I was keen in the Willem save to have players who are capable of passing the ball, so it's like long passes instead of just mindless hoofing up. However, today, after some suggestions on the original video, I'm going to change both ball playing defenders. Today we're going to go all out, no nonsense centre back. So they're just going to launch the ball forward, because when you've got a target forward like we have, it makes sense to take advantage. And that's where Paul Onuachu comes into play. He is massive, 6'7", 93 kilograms. He's a heavyweight boxer, but he's also got that jumping reach of 20, the strength of 17. He's literally the perfect target forward. His role in this team is absolutely guaranteed, but we do need someone to play on the wide target forward area. Now, the ideal player for this, funnily enough, would be a Paul Onuachu, who's maybe a little bit more mobile. So looking through the squad, we do have one player that fits the bill. This is Ross Stewart, a player that was signed from Sunderland at 6'2". As you can see, his main focus is he wants to be a target forward, but he can also play just off the striker here, and each position is basically another forward, wide target forward either side, or if he's going to play in behind the striker, a shadow striker. So for us, he'll be perfect as that wide target forward at 6'2" with a good jumping reach and strength. Let's see how he does. So when we take over, we've got, 14 games left to pull off a miracle. We're currently 10 points behind Wolves. Everton are probably out of sight in 26 points. Congrats to you, David Moyes. The first couple of fixtures, we probably need to take advantage of Bournemouth and Brighton, because then it's Chelsea, Liverpool, Wolves, another massive game. And there's quite a few home games that we need to take advantage of. But the end of the season is absolutely brutal with Man City, Everton away, and then Arsenal. Straight away into that first game of the season, and we had a great start, thanks to that wide target forward in Stewart. Now, Southampton have had problems at set pieces all season, and it was no different here as Bournemouth equalised. But then we got going again with Archer down the right hand side, doing the most of the work here, and then a very unlike Hoofball tactic with a low cross to Onuachu. And then we got a third with Kamaldeen down the left hand side, big looping cross to Stewart. He holds it up, feeds it back in field, lovely stuff. Another set piece, we really need to sort that out. Led to some more problems as Bournemouth got one back on the 73rd minute, but we held on and we get our first victory in our first match. In the next match, we got passed to death by Brighton, but we did take the lead after 2 minutes. Big looping cross, there's Big Paul, perfect. However, Brighton then took over, dominating the possession. We only had 32% and we lose 3-4 in an epic. So next we had a couple of bonus matches, I like to call them. Chelsea and Liverpool. We took the lead through Stewart, he got another goal. A good effort there, we did a good little performance with 12 shots, but we couldn't quite get past Chelsea, who beat us 3-1. Then it was Liverpool, obviously coming into this one, I was not expecting a thing. We did get a decent goal from Paul Onuachu, who just mugged one of their players and popped it in, but we lose 3-1. But that's a game that's out of the way that we weren't expecting anything from. The big ones are to come. Those were the 4 players that were guaranteed to start every match for us. The keeper, Ramsdale, good quality. Then we've got the 2 target forwards, and I've got Suleimana playing down the left-hand side. Next, it was a real 6-pointer against Wolves. Massive this, we've got to win. And this is where Hoofball came into full flow. We win the ball back, it's hoofed forward from the centre-back, flicked on from the forward to the wide target forward in Stewart. He looks up, picks out Big Paul, and then the second goal, look out for the wide target forward at the back post here. Big looping cross, there he is, booming header. The game ends 3-1. We do that with 37% possession, the total opposite of the way Southampton have been playing the last couple of seasons. Crystal Palace at home next, similar story, down the left hand side. And the fullbacks were huge in this one. Taylor with that floated cross to Stewart, the wide target forward, who picks up his own rebound. We actually raced into a 3-0 lead after 52 minutes, down the left hand side again. Another looping cross comes in, there's Stewart again. Now Palace did rally again from set pieces, which is really annoying me. But we were able to hold on in an epic. I mean, look at the possession, 36%, but look at the amount of shots we had as well. It's all about how you use that ball, not about how much of it you have. Next up, Tottenham away. Our best result yet. This is where the hold-up play, the target forward, comes in. There he is, Big Paul. No one can get near him. He lays it on to Adam Lallana. It's a lovely through ball. Check out this cross to the wide target forward. There he is. That was 7 minutes, and just a couple minutes later, in the 11th minute, again, down that left-hand side, big cross to the wide target forward. Now Tottenham rallied, put us under a heap of pressure, but we hold on for a 2-1 win. So into that match, why I love the wide target forward and why it's such a good tool, especially for teams that are going to use crosses. There he is. As soon as the ball goes down the opposite flank, the left-hand side, he then turns into basically a third striker. We've got 12 Onuachu, 9 Archer. There are 2 strikers, but when the wide target forward sees the ball's not going to be down his side of the pitch, he then just turns into a third striker. Look at him, he's in the box now. He's basically alongside Archer. And now he sees his chance, dives into the box, and this is coming just for him. Bang. So at this point, we've had a pretty decent start. We took over the Bournemouth game. We've won 1, 2, 3, 4 matches, lost 3. So out of 7 matches, we've won 4 times. This is how it affects the league table. We've climbed off the bottom now, and we're just reeling Ipswich in, who are only 8 points clear of us, but we've only got 7 games to go. And this is what we've been using. The change to the no-nonsense centre-backs is actually a good one, so everyone who suggested that, props to you, because they're just getting it and lumping it forward. Next up though was Aston Villa, and regular viewers of this channel will know I have a massive issue with Aston Villa. And as this is a super updated database, they've also got Marcus Rashford, so this is going to be really tough. In fact, when you look at their starting 11, that's a pretty scary sight, with a front 2 of Malen, Watkins, Rashford and Asensio. Into the match we go. Our best chance to survive is always going to be scoring goals, but we do take some risks. And it didn't pay off here as Watkins played Milan in and they took the lead. However, our boys equalised pretty much straight away. Archer down the right hand side, you know who he's going to be aiming for. There he is. And then a mad couple of minutes. Lallana plays it down the left to Camaldine. He gets in. Then just 1 minute later, floated cross. Doesn't pay off this time, but we've got backup from the fullback. He whips it across. And then Onuachu's there again. Another set piece. Another goal. Annoying. But we managed to hold on in a massive victory over Aston Villa, and a deserved one as well. Arguably the biggest win yet. We're always going to concede goals because that's just the way we play. When you play much more direct passing, you give the ball away a ton, which shows by the possession. We have 32%, Villa have 68%, but we are plundering shots in. League table update, Ipswich get a point, goes to 30 points, but Wolves are still there on 29, so we're 5 points off, but we've played an extra game. And a little reminder on the fixtures to come, West Ham, Fulham, Leicester, these 3 matches are going to be absolutely crucial. And check out the wide target forward, Ross Stewart, 7 goals in 8 matches. Here's his form. He's been absolutely superb in that role. And the big dog up front, Onuachu, has got 6 in 8 as well. West Ham, Graham Potter's West Ham. Corner comes in. We're trying to take more advantage of set pieces at the minute. And we do, indirectly. And then just before half-time, the no-nonsense centre-back comes into play. He receives the ball here. Smashes it over the top to the left winger. And then just 2 minutes later, a monumental mess-up by West Ham gives us a 3-0 half-time lead. Scratch that, make that 4-0 after 50 minutes. Oh my days. When I was talking about Paul Onuachu at the start, I did not expect goals like this. West Ham rally with 2 goals back, but we hold on despite only having 23% of the ball. This led us into a vital home game against Fulham. Now this was a different type of match, as Fulham came and played quite defensively and sat back a bit, so we had more of the ball than we usually have, but we did finally make the breakthrough. Through you know who. So playing hoofball, much more direct football, in 11 matches we've got 8 wins, including 5 in a row. But massively frustratingly, the teams just above us just keep picking up points. It's Everton who are now getting sucked into it. They're 4 clear of us with 4 games left. The big problem we've got is 2 of our games are against Man City and Arsenal, and the other 2 are against teams down there with us but away from home. Okay, this one's going to be vital. Leicester away. We don't change a thing. We don't change a thing, and they're playing so well. So we're underway and we know what to expect. We're going to sit back. We're not going to have any of the ball, and when we do get the ball, we're just going to lump it. Right, so far you can tell we're the form team in the league. We've got all the momentum. We're actually even dominating possession. I think this is the first time we've dominated possession. Right, 40 minutes gone. Bit of a nothing match so far, but we have got a chance here. I mean, I'm delighted and unhappy at the same time because it's quite slick football. That. At least it's going through the target forward, but that's like a Man City or a Liverpool goal. Half-time comes, we're completely dominating, and in we go again, only a minute into the second half, and there's the wide target forward on the end of it. Match momentum's with Leicester, so I'm just going to drop the mentality back a bit and just see this game out. We'll go to cautious, and we're just going to ask Charlie Taylor just to chill out a bit and the other full-back just to see this one through. But then an absolute disaster as Leicester come back from 2 goals down out of nowhere, and Aaron Ramsdale decides to dive over this shot. Jeez. Oh, we absolutely blew that one from 2-0 up. That could be a disaster. What's even more annoying is that Everton lost, so that 2 points would have got us closer to them. And next up, it's Man City. But at least Dean's enjoying it. I agree, Dean. I agree. Beauty versus the Beast. Southampton v City. Hoofball v Tiki-Taka. Horrible start. That was 3 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, City went 2-0 up thanks to Savinho. So half-time with 2-0 down. Absolutely in the mud. One step in the Championship. And then this happened. Out of nowhere, we completely ripped Man City to shreds with 30% ball possession. It's time to put some respect on the big dog's name. So despite that absolute worldie of a performance, we're still stuck in 19th position, 3 points off Everton. And that's who we play next. But this makes it a lot harder because Ross Stewart, the wide target forward, is going to miss the rest of the season. I am so happy that this tactic has translated into the Premier League so well. We haven't changed a thing. If I look at the data hub, we go to analyst report, you can see we've just used this 4-2-4. We've actually got clear-cut chances. We're actually worse off than the teams we're facing. And ironically, the only time I've changed it was in that Leicester game, and then we conceded 2 times. So I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. So this is the run we've been on. We took over at the Bournemouth match when we lost 3 in a row, but since then, my God. But it's so annoying that Everton just keep picking up little points. But if we beat them here, we will go on the same points as them, and then we've got a chance. So a massive game now against Everton. 0-0 at half-time, but then the hoofball comes into play thanks to the no-nonsense centre-back whipping it to Camel Dean. Then Alana put us 2-0 up. Set piece time, big looping cross. We win the first header, in it goes. And we're in dreamland because after 88 minutes, another smash ball over the top. Sugawara gets in and he finds Archer. It's on, it's on. But this is where it gets really complicated. Now we've somehow got ourselves in a position. But as you can see, 19th 37, 18th 37, Everton on 37, Wolves on 38. Any of these teams can go down. Our big problem is the goal difference. Can we pull off the Great Escape? Right then, boys, we'll stick faith with this. We've got that horrible problem that Stewart's gone, so we're going to put Grombeck in there as well, but he is at least 6'1". Not an ideal wide target forward, but he can fill a gap. I mean, we've got ourselves in a position now, haven't we? We've got ourselves there. We've got a fighting chance. It's just unfortunate that we're against the best team in the league this year, and they've won 5 in a row. Annoyingly, Arsenal straight on the attack, but we get it clear. 15 minutes gone. Everton 2-0 up against Newcastle. Are you having a laugh? Right, so that means we need to beat Arsenal and Wolves need to not beat Brentford. Yeah, we are under the cosh here. This is going to take a miracle. Zinchenko whips it across. Saka, big save. Oh, Jesus. He's never given it. He's never given it. Oh, you beauty! Floated cross to Onuachu is what we need. Plays it short, in it goes. It's still 0-0 Wolves Brentford, and it's 0-0 here. Look, we're getting battered, but we've still got a chance. We just need one chance here. He teases them. It's Partey. It's Declan Wright. Newcastle have got it back to 2-2 against Everton. We've got 9 minutes left to go, but we just can't break Arsenal down, and they keep smashing us on the break here. It's killing me. Gabriel Jesus now. Martinelli. It's blocked. Very attacking has been installed. Come on, boys. So the season finishes and Leicester and Everton are the ones that come down with us. We were so close. So despite that epic run where we gave it our all and nearly pulled off the impossible, Southampton sacked me. Ungrateful